Now, WikiLeaks has released tens of thousands of secret documents, all casting a shadow on Saudi Arabia. Part of these papers aim to show the Saudis are funding several Middle East media outlets. For example, one top secret document is said to quote the decision of the Saudi Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The politicians approved a move to give financial aid to foreign media supporting the kingdom's interests, while confronting the so-called anti-Saudi coverage in the Middle East. Another paper apparently sent from the Saudi Interior Ministry of Culture and Media approves payments to several media outlets across the region. And the money appears to have gone to sources in Syria, Jordan, and Kuwait, among others. Newspapers and sites across these countries were receiving up to $30,000. The Saudi Ministry of Foreign Affairs was quick to react, calling on its citizens not to read any leaked documents in the name of national security. And WikiLeaks spokesman Kristinn Hrafnsson says the Saudi response was inevitable.
This reaction by the Saudi officials was to be expected. Interesting, they would suggest that there are fabricated documents in the trove without mentioning a single one. On the other hand, of course, journalists have already established that the authenticity of many of the documents that they have been working on. And just to remind you that in the history of WikiLeaks, there has not been a single example where WikiLeaks has produced or published a document that has been called out as a fabrication.
Most of the documents cover payments made in 2010 and 2011, and WikiLeaks says it will release many more sensational papers in the coming weeks. Ali Al-Ahmed is the director of the Institute for Gulf Affairs and says the Saudis have built a real media empire.
It shows and it proves again that the Saudi government has built an empire, a media empire across the world, and it has attempted and worked for years to control the narrative, the media narratives of not only Arabic media, but also media, international media. I think the Saudis will continue to do their policy that they have been doing for 60 years, interfering very quietly in other people's affairs and trying to control the narratives of the media in the region and across the globe.
Well, after the break, we report on the volunteers coming to eastern Ukraine to help civilians caught in the hostilities there. Stay